welcome to Channel14.com's Bodega Nights podcast, episode 6. Why Channel14.com? Because, 14 is the age when Zhao had his first girlfriend. With me today is, you know him, John. He's a royal barber.
Hi, guys.
And this is your host, AG. And we have a special episode today because Zhao was last week, had also guests on the show. We have today also guests on the show, also known as my workmates.
Yay.
Say hi.
Hey!
First off, Ian.
Hello.
Ian, what do you do?
I am a...
Alright. What do you do?
I am your ninja. Your average ninja.
Fair enough. Joel, right across the room.
What's up, guys? I am your bomb.
Alright. And, so, you know how Bodega Nights roll. We just talk about things we like by being PG and no one pisses on the floor.
Isn't that...
Don't piss on the floor.
Wait. Isn't the word piss a bad word?
No, it's not a bad word.
It's not a bad word. Come on.
Piss.
Doesn't it mean drunk?
No.
So we're still getting
You
drunk
are
on the floor.
supposed to be educated gentlemen and my superiors. And yet, you do not know the meaning of piss?
So if I
It
say
means drunk!
No.
In the proper English.
Are you insulting
British
my
English.
education?
You're my boss and it's your birthday today. I hope the NSA doesn't discover. But it's your birthday today, right?
Yes, it is.
No, it's actually 2 weeks ago. Let's keep him on the trail. But,
I am
yeah.
ageless.
So, you guys want to share anything?
So,
This is a free space and open space.
Ian recently discovered a new favorite artist.
Yeah, I did.
He has been singing at it for the entire day while we were working here.
Yes.
Care to name?
Actually, that's my job, actually. Before AJ, interrupted me quite impolitely.
Setting the tone right here.
Very formal of you, sir.
Yeah, very, very. Because no pissing on the floor, right. And the band's name is Ylvis. And
With the letter Y.
yeah, with a letter Y instead of a letter E. So it's Elvis with a Y.
It's an Elvis with a Y.
Why do you think that is, man? Why do you think that is?
Well, they are Scandinavian, so they probably don't have E's. Where they go. I don't know.
Shout out to our
I don't know.
Scandinavian listeners.
Or Danish. I'm not so sure. They're very white and very blonde. So
Except
With
the
the
one
Broadway-
guy, one guy's got black hair.
yeah, but he's still white.
But
Very
he's got a really Broadway voice.
Yeah. But anyway, they have this really cool song called The Fox, which has been receiving, a lot of acclaim and attention.
Also
and-
known as 100 million page YouTube views.
Yes. They actually beat Gangnam Style. Yeah, for the
this-
most watched video on YouTube. So that's something, I guess.
There goes a million disappointed Korean fangirls. Can't believe it.
Or a million cheering Scandinavian fangirls.
You know what? I think I like that better. I'm partial to blondes.
Fair enough. As long as it's cheering fangirls.
Yes, cheering fangirls. What other fangirls are there? Booing fangirls?
Dropkick fangirls. John showed me this Miguel video. Who the hell is this Miguel person?
I have no idea.
I am so out of touch.
It looks like, he's black, so he's probably an R&B singer.
He is an R&B singer, but
He doesn't know how to spell because I think it was a Q, not a G.
Is Miguel? No, it was a G.
It was a G, alright. So I saw it for the first time in College Humor, and the spelling was with a Q. So
Really?
Yeah. So
Miguel.
Miquel, yeah. So it's like,
Okay.
this guy's with the
It's
ghetto.
Mikel,
Miguel.
With a Q.
Really cute.
Who leg drum?
Miquel.
Miquel.
And how you pronounce Quezon?
Quezon.
Yeah.
Miquel.
Gezon.
Gezon.
JJ is very quiet.
Awfully quiet.
Yeah.
He's a
JJ
ninja.
spelled with 2 Q's. It's QQ, not JJ.
Quick.
No, but let's get back to the Fox.
Oh, yeah.
What does the fox say?
What does the Fox say? A lot of people think the song is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough observation.
Yeah, very enough. I actually think it's pretty brilliant. And
It has its merits.
yeah. And, part of my work is listening to a lot of different songs, a lot of different artists, a lot of different genres because, I need to widen my horizon and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the thing about the Fox video is, while it is, meant for comedy, I think, maybe unconscious, maybe accidentally, it has some sociological notes. I don't know. That's
Don't try
fine.
it.
What does that mean? Sociological notes.
Well, it's a satire. We all know that.
Yeah.
Of what?
Pop songs in general. I mean, the degradation of lyrics. For the past 50 years.
Even the tone.
Yes,
It's
even
just
the tone.
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
I don't even think foxes talk that way.
Yeah, they don't. But that's the whole point. They don't know how, what the fox says.
I think it's more like eat or something.
Yeah.
You have no idea what the fuck.
But yeah, that's the whole point of the song.
Even though, what the hell is the singer singing?
You guys want an example of the degradation of pop songs?
Yeah.
Search for the song Chinese Food.
By
Look for that by the guy who wrote
The Rebecca
Friday
Black
song.
Yeah.
The Rebecca Black song.
the guy who made the guy who made the rap part in Rebecca Black's song.
Yeah.
He's the guy who writes Rebecca Black songs. No, R.B. Rebecca Black. That guy, whoever that name is.
Now that would be an example of the degradation of pop songs not playing in.
Yeah,
Sell out lang.
probably would.
Yeah, selling out for the sake of money, but
No, I don't think he's really selling out for the sake.
not Ylvis, but
No. That's what I mean. The degradation of lyrics. I don't think it reflects selling out.
no.
I think it reflects the degradation of literacy in general. Not really selling out.
That's
The
actually true.
intention
Yeah.
for the Rebecca Black song maker, the lyricist of Rebecca Black, he was selling out.
Yeah. Obviously.
But what Ylvis is trying to say, it's okay. But what Ylvis is trying to say is that one was there's probably literacy problems in the world.
Yeah. But again, when I listen to the song, I listen to it like a lot of times, and a lot of stuff started popping out. And maybe it was accidental, but it started to mean something else for me. I don't know.
You're a musician.
Yes, I am.
Well, one of, if I may say so and reveal this fact, Zhao's mentors.
Maybe partner. We
Partner.
discovered a lot of things together.
Ay!
Partner.
Musically. Yeah.
You do know that the word is now fraught with meaning. Partner.
Yes, I do, but I'm using it in the,
In the context
archaic
of
context.
Old English.
Yeah. When partner meant, just someone you did
companion.
stuff with. Yeah.
So you did stuff with.
Oh wait, that didn't make it.
Really?
Are we still in the PG?
It's still PG.
It's still PG. Okay.
People are willing to love who they want to love.
Yeah. But anyway, we made a lot of songs together. We,
But he's the Hall to your Oates, the Simon to your Garfunkel.
maybe the
Stephen
Garfunkel to my Simon.
The Cher to your Bono or the Bono to your Cher?
The Steven to your Seagal.
Look, let's not.
The Stephen to your Speaks.
Let's not make this a bromance episode. It's about the fun.
That's what we do every third world Linux, man.
It's not bromance. Nothing.
So back to the Fox. So the Fox is not bromance. It's not romantic.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, a lot of stuff started popping out. Like, the choice of animals in the first verse.
There was an elephant.
There was an elephant, exactly. There was a dog. There was a cat. There was a bird, right? There was a fish. There was a seal. Yeah, there was a fish.
There's a fish.
The fish says...
Blub, 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 blub.
No. Like, something like... Blub or something.
Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
listen, so every sea creature says blah blah.
No. Apparently the seal goes ow, ow, ow.
Well,
When
dolphins
it's out of the water.
Yeah.
The
So
Philippines, that's a dog, man.
yeah. But one thing that stood out, all these animals, they were exposed animals. They were animals were either used as pets or as part of circus acts. I mean, they're animals which are commonly seen. You know, I mean, the guy there wasn't any owls in the first verse. There weren't any snakes or stuff like that. You know, the hidden animals, right? And that's the reason, I think, why he says that he doesn't know what the fox is. You know, what does the fox say? Because the fox is hidden.
It's a quiet creature.
Yeah,
It's not say a quiet, more of
it's a shy
it
creature.
lurks.
Yeah, it lurks. JJ lurks. You know?
Yeah.
It lurks.
Yeah.
It feeds on your trash.
Yeah.
So JJ squirrels, man.
No, talk about the fox, not JJ.
Yeah. I think those are squirrels or something. I think foxes, they
JJ
eat babies or something.
No, they
JJ
eat trash.
doesn't
They
lurk.
eat trash.
He is sly and smooth. Just like a fox.
Like a fox, like a ninja
JJ.
fox.
So what would JJ say? JJ,
What would you say, JJ?
What would you say about
What would you say, JJ? JJ?
ever being the sly fox?
By the way, Ja will truncate the silence. So all these pauses will not mean anything.
Well, that's the thing.
That boss was pregnant. Come on.
Yeah.
You say JJ's pregnant?
Yeah, JJ's a pregnant fox. Anyway, let's go back to... So, the fox is hidden, right? And this guy is talking about not knowing what the fox says. And what is the chorus about? The chorus is about assuming assumptions about what the fox says. Given that the assumptions are funny. But we all know that satires need to be funny to work.
It has to.
Right?
It has to be.
Because if it's not funny, then it ends up like something like Friday. You know?
Actually, there might be something deeper because...
No, if it's not funny, it ends up as a John Mayer song.
No, John Mayer songs are good.
Yeah, they're not satires.
I'm not the only one. Every time when I was working, when I auditioned in the radio station, I bashed John Mayer to the living hell. They all gave me flack for it. Like, fine, he's a good guitar player, but it's so hard to respect that guy.
Well,
Why?
Grade A douche. It's so.
Are we still PG with
Yeah, it's still.
Oh, okay.
well,
It's still not. It's still not.
well, you have to separate. Well, I think sometimes you have to separate the art from the artist. I mean, Caravaggio was a murderer, so
Yeah.
Good painter.
Yeah.
Dostoevsky was a gambler who went to jail because he could not stop
yeah.
his gambling.
That's
No, I'm not saying he's not good. It's just why.
Maybe it's because that opinion is not PG. Let's edit that out. But yeah, back to the fox. It might mean something deeper because when you listen to a fox, people who've heard foxes say that foxes sometimes sound like children. When they yelp, it sounds like a baby. That's why sometimes when people report, there's a child wandering in my back. I hear a child in my backyard. It's usually a fox. Yeah.
That just brought it deeper, man. I didn't know that. That just brought it deeper. Yeah.
So the fox is actually the children of
Yeah.
this generation.
Which nobody
Understands
or nobody listens to, or nobody knows what their voice sounds like.
Just like the
Right?
last generation.
So we assume, we keep assuming, right? And it's funny. It's always funny, right? We keep assuming. And then there's, with John's input, there was one part of the song which I never understood. Okay, it's this part where it goes that, where the guy talks about the fox. And he says something like, you're my guardian angel, right? And that's funny when you're talking about a fox and equating it to a guardian angel. But now with John's insight, that children might have been
A cherubim?
Yeah.
If we're equating the fox with a child now, are we saying that JJ is a baby?
He's a pregnant baby? The humanity!
Baby, what, baby, JJ, what do you think about it?
What does the JJ say?
What's up?
He is a baby.
A sly
baby.
He's a child.
JJ in this episode sounds positively hobbitish. He sounds like he's been partaking in pipe weed. And he goes, yeah.
I don't know if that's PG. I really don't.
No, it is.
Okay. So it's just
a beloved
It's
invention.
okay.
It's
It's okay,
Tolkien.
so it's okay. Speaking of which, when's Schmaug gonna be shown?
Schmaug, December 13th.
Anybody looking forward to it?
December.
I actually
Thor's
watched
coming
it.
up.
I think all of us are. I think all of us.
Yeah.
This room.
Actually,
Yeah.
I wanted to get your opinions, man.
Okay.
I should still look like I'm the host. Be in control.
Well,
You're my superiors here.
Yeah.
So,
I'm actually looking forward to it because the first one, if you read the books, the first one encompassed just like, it's not even a third of it. They really padded it out with the appendices because New Line wants to make some money. But this time we actually get to see the object of the journey, which is the dragon guarding the horde. So I heard that Benedict Cumberbatch is the horde. The horde. So here we have Benedict Cumberbatch. You hear samples of his voice, and it's awesome. The guy should play villains for the rest of his life.
he looks like a thumb.
Except for Sherlock Holmes, because you should also
Yeah, he does
Sherlock Holmes for the rest of his life, you know.
Which is not gonna happen because it's UK TV. So, well,
Yeah,
Doctor Who still running for what, 60 odd years now?
Yeah, but I don't think Sherlock Holmes will be able to.
Well, forever.
Yeah.
Who
No.
knows? He might be cast as a doctor in the future.
Or maybe they'll have him voice, or they'll have him play Moriarty as well.
Yeah, maybe.
If he
Yeah,
does
that's a yeah.
Actually, maybe
Where?
they're the same. It would be like Moriarty looks like Sherlock.
Isn't there already a Moriarty?
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
From
in the series. Yeah.
There's already a Moriarty. Oh, that's too bad. Could have worked Cumberbatch as a villain there. Made it a metaphor about the
The
second
Moriarty
villain.
they picked was pretty
He's really good.
Yeah, the actor they picked.
What's his name?
I have no idea, but he's really good. And he's,
Yeah.
he's really good.
That's all we can say
He's a-
before
he's a
we
match.
put, before
He's
we
a
put in
match.
spoilers.
He's better than a lot of the villains that you see in American TV series.
Yeah, actually, he sounds really smart and crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy smart. No, or smart crazy. Crazy smart means just really
Really
smart,
smart.
right?
Yeah.
He's
No,
smart,
he's
he's
like
insane.
yeah.
So
But not in a
No,
borderline
he's like Joker.
Ah, okay.
No, he's,
so
like,
Joker.
he's actually like Joker from The Dark Knight. Yeah, Nolan's Joker.
An equal but opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the dark side.
The other
He's a-
side.
He's the
Yeah.
dark
Other side of the
side.
coin.
Yeah.
The Moriarty we need, but
So anyway, back to the Fox. John.
we're going back to the Fox.
You have to go back to the Fox.
We're going back to Fox.
As Ian pours carbonated beverages.
Just word.
Well, what else can you say about this Fox? He goes, I can't even pronounce the chorus. Maybe they should have dubstepped the chorus.
Ding 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 ding. Yeah, you know the thing is, it is a satire. That's my whole point. Like this song, a lot of people think it's stupid, right?
You don't have any more.
But if you look at it, it says a lot of things.
Unless
You
you
know.
get some more.
Albeit probably accidentally. But I don't want to assume that it was accidental because they probably meant.
Let's give the
I
benefit
don't
of the
know,
doubt.
the benefit
As
of the doubt,
creators and
right? And it says a lot of things about today's culture, today's world, and all that stuff. And
I see the music video. It's like a scene-by-scene parody of that Miley Cyrus performance.
yeah, exactly. So, and at the end of if you guys saw the music video, the fox actually sings at the end, right? So you actually know what the fox sounds like, and it sounds like scat. Yeah, which is a very, very specific skill. It's not not a lot of people can.
It's not just something you can just pick up a mic and
Yeah, it's a very.
you have to
difficult.
practice the craft.
Yeah, so it's rare, as well as hidden, as well as nobody knows about it, and it's not out there. So it says a lot of things about, I think, and even the song itself. It's a parody, it's a satire, right? A lot of people think it's stupid, but I like to think that the meaning is hidden, as the fox is hidden, as the concept of scat and John's
babies.
allusion to children is hidden. So maybe what they're trying to say is there are a lot of hidden things out there, and because of the illiteracy, which they make fun of through the lyrics, a lot of those hidden things don't see the light of day. Because, you don't understand them. That got lost along the way. I mean,
something changed in the culture. I think it's been alluded to, like in the closing of the American mind, and in this case, it's not just the American mind. I think it's the Western mind in general, as people become more enamored with their own personal interests, and they've been encouraged to do so. Language was supposed to be a means for us to communicate with each other, to bring people together, and yet modern trends seem to be designed to trap us in our own little bubble.
Yeah, I agree with that. They segregate stuff. They label stuff. They pigeonhole it. So things are clearer, but they're actually more farther apart. So yeah, I sort of agree with that. Yeah. Like, the genres that pop up now with regard to music, right?
There's so many sub-trees and whatnot, genre, sub-genre.
Yeah, but they're all pretty similar. You know, like music, it's not, you can't get very different with music. Unless you're like Tandun and Kronos Quartet, where dipping a cymbal in water supposed to be music, right? But, you know, it's the same scale, it's the same notes, it's the same set of chords. I mean, unless you're Indian, right? But
and you'll still use Western when you're Indian, because your mom will make you practice Western piano.
Right? So it's the same thing all around the world. But you do not understand why these people keep labeling things, right? I mean, okay, fine, jazz is a structural label because jazz is a very different structure from other songs, right? But a rock song,
you can only go so far.
And a pop song, they're very similar structurally, but you know, it's just the instrumentation, the lyrics probably. I mean, one talks about him being angry at the world, and the other talks about
unrequited love.
Unrequited love, and you have rap at the same time talking about cars, women, and gold. So, you know, it's probably but I don't see the point in
seeing
what the fox say
in separating all these things.
Yeah, like what is the categorical difference between indie rock and mainstream rock? I mean, that's not, the difference is not even the music; it's in how it was made, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I first thought when I was working at the radio station, I asked that on air. What makes it indie? Is it because it's DIY? Was it because it wasn't launched as a major label? Apparently, they said it's how it sounds, which I don't still get from now.
Yeah, but I agree with you because Kurt Cobain Nirvana sounds indie.
But it's
not.
It's the most mainstream of grunge.
Yeah.
If you hear a bossa nova version of your song, like I've heard countless versions of bossa nova and like classical jazz of Smells Like Teen Spirit. I'm like, well, there goes what Kurt Cobain was fighting for.
Well, this is his fault. He didn't fight for it for very long.
No, but God bless him.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
Point being,
he gave up.
Point being that the lines are so thin when they try to even not converge but separate it. You wouldn't know now how each thing is different. It makes it hard even for the listeners.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. What is this? Because one thing I've noticed about fans of indie music, these hipsters, is that they tend to take pride in the exclusivity of their experience,
which is weird.
Yeah, they will claim that they liked this band before they got famous, which ultimately personalizes them as one of the elite few who saw this band before it got famous. And maybe this sounds different. It's something they invented to further make it exclusive, to make it more exclusive, this experience that they have.
To show the exclusivity that it's just theirs, or it's a sense of ownership.
I'm the only one who can hear the indie sound.
Which I guess, it's very hipster because it's ironic. We're living in a hyper-connected world that they claim that they're the first one who hears this band and yet checks into the Foursquare account or shares a recording in Facebook of the performance. And yet they claim we're the first one who hears about it. It's very hipster. So,
I think though people are naturally attracted to exclusivity. So that, it's a very human thing, the hipster concept. I think, exclusivity is very attractive to a lot of people. I mean,
Of course.
to
Makes you special.
Yeah, to
There's an ego
everyone.
boost.
Yeah, I mean, for example, the Gnosticism, the whole appeal of Gnosticism is that exclusivity. You're part of this club that knows the magic password.
Yeah. Or the Masons, or
Any group.
any
exclusive
group. Yeah,
group.
exactly. So I think exclusivity. I don't think it's very confusing. Why?
I don't think it's exclusive to hipsters.
Yeah, I don't think it's exclusive to hipsters. I agree. Yeah, it's
a human nature.
it's human nature. Exclusivity is something very attractive to people because they always try to differentiate themselves from others. They always try to want to be better than others. They always want all these things, which is very human. I'm not saying that's a bad thing,
It can be. It can lead to that.
Maybe, but I think it helps a lot of people to think better of themselves, maybe, or I don't know. Maybe it gives them, like me, like I'd like to think that, I have there are some parts of me that are exclusive. Okay, that didn't sound right.
There are parts of me that are not exclusive.
No, I mean, why? Like
You share your talents.
Yeah, I do. But, right, not a lot of people. I mean, not a lot of people can understand, the process of music. Like Jao does, right? But not a lot of people can do. Now, I do not get any specific pleasure from that. I'm actually pretty disappointed.
That not a lot of people.
Yeah.
Music.
That's the same. Well, same for me when it comes to pictures. So.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And, it's not I don't think it's there is a certain sort of exclusivity. I mean, it's the what do you call the logical fallacy or something? Academic.
Anyway, whatever.
Whatever the logical fallacy.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called.
You rely on something just because it's
Academic.
yeah.
It's an appeal to authority.
Appeal to authority.
An appeal to something like that. And but that exclusivity, I don't know, it's different. I think it's different with some people need it, the exclusivity, I think, and some people don't. Some people want things to be broader, but reality always punches you in the face and tells you that no, it cannot be disseminated.
Or just when you thought you're the only one who knows this, someone out there already has the same idea.
Yeah.
And the funny part is, prior to finding out that a lot of people knew what you knew, you were very, very smug about it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why at the end of the day, you have to work for it. If you have that idea, do it. If you have that concept or thought, own it as much as you can, as fast as you can.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, because my ultimate example is when it comes to online social media. People compete for the website names, right? For Twitter handles, for even Xbox Live game, what do you call that? Usernames. Because only one person can use that. So if you have that good idea, might as well grab it. Might as well get that website already, launch it, whatnot. I mean, that's why we have Channel 14, Jao and I. Because, we should record our conversations. And there you have it.
Well, we've just recorded a monologue.
Why? Well, because, if we all went on by the same time, then the audio track, the register will be all over the place and no one can hear whatever everyone's talking.
Actually, if we all talked at the same time and we're all saying the same thing, they will all hear us. We're a chorus now.
Wanna try?
Harmony. Yes, we're a harmony. But if we talk at the same time, we're usually going in different directions, so we are discordant. Back to hipsters. Actually,
Oh my God. You really love this topic about
No, I mean, I mean, it's I find them really annoying. I find many of their faces to be eminently punchable, but at the same time, they strike me as a sort of modern tragedy because I think the impulse that animates the hipster is actually a noble thing. They are so beaten down by the conformity to the modern expectation that they wrestle with so many different attempts to break it. The exclusivity, I think, is one method. They try to create for themselves a space where they are not part of the mass.
Or they're not being prosecuted.
Yeah, where they're not being... Well, not so much in the prosecuted,
Judged.
because I think... Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they actually like it when they're being... When they're being mocked or when they're being ostracized, because it fuels the self-righteousness of their cause.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, actually.
It's like you and me against the world.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I think, this...
The entire culture that if you have haters, you're doing something right.
Yes. But
Which I disagree.
if you look at some of the things that they do, like they wear ironically outdated clothing, I think they hide behind the irony. But what they really want, sincerely, is a break. Like, they want this space where there is silence and they can hear their own thoughts. And I think that's a noble impulse. The problem is that they can't. They're like halfway rebels. They want to rebel against that which is constricting them, but they cannot pull away. They always have to go back to the collective, the social media, the Instagram, I have to broadcast my delightful differentness to the rest of the world. So, in a way, the tragedy of the hipster is that there's something noble animating them, but they just cannot let go of the chains that keep them in their place. That's why they keep hiding behind the irony.
So why do you think they haven't let go? What is it that holds them back?
I think
Resources, money, the bad economy.
it's not. I don't think it's
They're being
that.
fueled by their parents.
I don't think
No,
it's
it's probably
that.
a need to be recognized.
Reaffirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they because to do
Sorry, I can't talk. I've got the hiccups.
It's okay.
it's like
JJ can't talk because he's JJ.
say something, JJ.
So
All right. So as I was saying, they want to break. They want to break. What keeps them in place is that ultimately they lack the courage to follow through with their logic to its very end. They want their cake and eat it too. If you know what I mean. They want the exclusivity. They want to break the mold and the conformity, and yet fear ostracization, fear being so different that they can no longer be affirmed by the sheep or by the herd,
recognized.
or recognized by the herd. So
They're clingy.
they're clingy. Yes. So
Clingy, JJ.
clingy.
Clingy.
And he says they're clingy.
Instead of so.
So they cannot let go completely of the world they're rebelling against. So and that's a tragedy of being a hipster. That's why they're so pathetic, is that they've latched onto something courageous. They just don't have the fortitude to push through.
Oh, now onwards to a bad segue. I want to talk about something different because the only few times I get to talk sports is when I'm with John or Joel, and they're the ones who can talk to with regard to the NBA.
I've got a fantasy league that's drafting tomorrow. Do you guys have fantasy leagues? No.
I know.
Oh, come
I
on.
have a fantasy league in my head.
Oh, what kind of fantasy? Oh, that's not PG anymore.
Fantasy league where you
It's not the NBA
where
anymore.
LeBron James, a fantasy league where LeBron James is the last pick.
No, it's a fantasy
RIP
league.
Cockroach. And by the way, we are recording in the Overmind headquarters, which is the Hive.
The
2.0.
Hive 2.
Yeah, Hive
The Hive 2.0.
2.0. And we are besieged by flying cockroaches. Because it's a hive.
It's a Hive.
And
you
the Overmind is here. And they want to be close.
and you constantly hear the sound of the tricycles because we're near the road as usual. Like
Going back to sports.
yeah.
Going back
So
to
who's
sports.
gonna be your first pick? Who's gonna be your first
I
pick?
don't know, man. I don't know.
First round draft pick goes to Joel Parcon. And
first
Joel Parcon of... What is the name of your team?
It's Bisdak because I'm Bisaya, Jao. I'd probably go with Garnett. Oh no, not
Still
Kevin.
Garnett.
Durant. Other Kevin.
Oh, Kevin.
Touch move.
Durant. I'm going with Durant.
Wait, do you already have what draft order you're in? Your number?
We're not.
We're
not tomorrow.
We're gonna.
But you're gonna go with Durant.
We're gonna go with Durant. He's a 50, 90, 40 guy. He gets a lot of rebounds.
50, 90, 40?
No, you're guaranteed to have
50% field goal shooting,
40%.
90% free throws, and 40%
3-point.
3-point shooting.
So you're guaranteed stats.
Yeah.
I see. I thought it was like his pant size or something.
Yeah, so you got a lot of stats going on for him. Durant is like he's number one. He's ranked above LeBron in Yahoo. Yeah, he is. And yeah, with Westbrook down this season, Durant is gonna get a lot more touches.
Mm-hmm. Which means more playing time, more production.
More production. He's gonna get a whole lot more whereas LeBron has Wade and Bosch and whoever they have over there, the scrubs that they have over there to contend with. Yeah, and then LeBron fades away in the fourth. So you've got Durant who's like the
Consistent.
Yeah,
very consistent. What if Durant gets taken from you? Like, what if you're the number 8 in the pick?
number 8.
And say you're
Kevin
not
Garnett. He's gonna take Kevin
I'm
Garnett.
gonna take Kevin. No, I'm still gonna take a Kevin though. I'm gonna
Love?
Love.
Love.
You gotta take Love. You gotta take Love.
You gotta have some love.
Because consistent double doubles and
Yeah,
sometimes gets triple
double-doubles
doubles.
and being a veteran of fantasy basketball, you know that you have to get big guys as soon as you can. Because if you don't, all the other guys are gonna get them right away. Especially in the league where I'm playing, we have like 20 people. Yeah, 20 teams.
So usually.
So in a matter of one and a half rounds, all the good big men are gonna get picked right away. So you have to get the big men right away.
So you're gonna get for Kevin Love. So I wanna ask, do you think
How many good big men are there? I think because the reason that they go so quickly is because there's so few of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Well, you've got Howard.
And I was gonna ask about Howard because I wanna ask, do you think Howard is a risk to get this season?
This season, I think
Because it's still he's still got to test the waters in Houston.
He's got Harden, and he's got a coach who's willing to build around him. There's no Kobe to hold him back.
And he's got a good number 2 who's not really a scorer. He's like, who's gonna be
Harden.
No, I mean the other big guy in Houston.
Omar
Asik, who's not really a scorer.
Yeah.
So he's gonna get all the points when they're gonna go in the post.
Is he gonna make? Is he gonna make it at the start of the season, or are they gonna trade him? I think did he ask for a trade?
Asik?
Asik?
No. They already are making plays.
Yeah.
On how they're gonna work together.
Yeah. They're gonna go with a twin tower thing.
Yeah. So Howard gets the ball, and Asik just makes sure nobody bothers him.
Yes, exactly. And if there's problems, kick it out to Harden.
To Jeremy Lin.
Do you guys get to watch the?
I didn't get to watch I was not able to finish watching it, but my father did. He was really impressed.
Oh, that's good.
By how they performed. You could see they were still like testing out the cylinders. They're not firing it up 100%.
Maybe because it's just hot here.
And the shot clock got broken.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like the timer, pretty much the timer, the shot clock, the scoring, all of that went down in Mo Arena.
What's
So
up?
the game was delayed for a good probably 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh, that's okay. It's fine. You think it's embarrassing? The Super Bowl lost power for 15 minutes, and that's the Super Bowl.
Yeah, the entire grid went down, right?
Yeah, we're an exhibition game.
Well, that's the thing. It's just an exhibition game. I understand Super Bowl going down.
Actually, no, because Super Bowl you're not allowed to go down.
Yeah,
advertising money.
Yeah, 15 minutes at like how many millions of dollars?
Yeah.
But going back to Houston, do you think now that Harden would be a good pick because his points will be distributed evenly since Howard is already in Houston?
I think he might actually score more because there's no defensive pressure on him anymore. It'll all go to Howard.
True, that's true.
That's why I still think Howard is a risky pick for this one. That's why Kevin Love is a good pick.
Yeah, I think
Lynn's numbers might go up too.
over and above Dwight Howard's production, I think that it's easier to go with Kevin Love, who gives you probably around close to 20 points, close to 15 rebounds.
It's no joke. 53 rebounds.
Yeah. Those are his numbers. Compared to a Howard who's gonna give you probably 20 points, 10 boards, 9 boards, probably a couple of blocks here and there. I'd rather go with a Kevin Love who also has a 3-point shooting, right?
They also have a free
Which
throw.
you don't find in a lot of big guys.
Yep.
So, for a center.
Okur is probably one of the few people I know.
Okur is not in the league anymore.
Oh.
He already left the league.
Someone, a Toronto player. Yeah, there you go, the Toronto player.
But he's not with Toronto. He's with New York.
Yeah,
now.
he's with New York now.
He got traded over the summer.
A cultured team, this New York.
Yeah.
Italians.
Yeah, they have Italians. They used to have an Italian coach. Now they have an Italian player.
Yeah, and they have a black Jew.
Yeah.
Stoudemire. Yeah. He's trying to claim his Israeli citizenship or something.
Fair enough. There you go. So another big guy is probably Stoudemire, but injury.
Injury prone plus.
Yeah.
He's not an assistant that allows him to thrive. He needs a run and gun because I think he has problems if somebody fronts him.
Oh. So that leaves really Kevin Love's probably one of the best picks you can have. How about Boozer?
Oh my God! I'm not gonna touch Boozer until like the 2nd or 3rd round, man. What the hell?
I'm just throwing out names.
Yeah, you've got in the Chicago situation, you've got Derrick Rose.
He's back.
Luol
He's
Deng.
back. You've got Luol Deng. He's in a contract year, so he's gonna perform
He wants an
the
extension.
best that he can. Because he needs a big contract next time around.
But Heinrich.
That guy's like years past his prime.
Yeah.
You've got a rising star in Jimmy Butler. You've got Joakim Noah, who's a double-double. So Boozer is just an afterthought nowadays in Chicago.
Because I think you can now put some offense with Noah.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure that he's improved with over the summer. Boozer, his best days were with Ron Williams actually over in Utah. I really thought that they were going to be like the second
I
coming
thought they were
the second coming
of
of Stockton and Malone.
Something happened.
Yeah, something happened. Boozer left.
Like I remember that year when they started 8-0.
Yeah.
It was an 8-0 start, and then what happened?
I was like, wow, what the hell? And then Boozer left. Ron had a falling out with Jerry Sloan.
So
What a bad thing to do to a good coach.
Yeah, exactly.
That was stupid.
for 17 years.
Yeah, asked for the coach to get fired, and then a couple of games after, asked to be traded. Why would you do that?
Yeah, why would you listen to the guy? Now you have no Sloan and you have no Deron Williams. What would you thinking? What about LA? Kobe has got his ACL, right?
There's no timetable for his coming back.
Which is so no one's gonna pick Kobe.
Are they going to tank for the draft?
I don't think so. Knowing Kobe, knowing the culture of LA, they're not gonna tank for the draft. They still have Nash and Gasol.
But Nash is injured, right?
No, I don't think he is. I think that they're just.
So one of those. Let's make him rest.
Yeah.
Let's report
let's report an injury.
Yeah, let's report a sprained knee or something.
Yeah,
make him
his
rest.
pinky.
And I think that Gasol is actually gonna thrive now that Howard's not there.
But Kaman is already also in there.
Yeah, Kaman's there, but he's not a ball dominant center.
He's there to clog the lane.
Actually, more of like picks up the rebounds and put back.
He's more of he's not even an inside player. He's not
he's a jump shooter.
Yeah.
He's a jump shooter.
So that's why I think Gasol is going to have.
Gasol is gonna have the time of his life with Steve Nash with a pick and roll.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
gonna have the time of his life.
Gasol can move with the quickness of Nash as well.
And with the outside shooting of Nick Young, you have a Wesley Johnson. All of these guys who can shoot from the outside, they're going to be able to contribute a lot to the Lakers. I don't know though. I don't know if they're locked for the playoffs.
It's still 50-50 on
They're still
that.
good with D'Antoni, right?
Yeah, they still have D'Antoni. So it's the D'Antoni Nash show over in LA until Kobe comes back. When it becomes a Kobe show.
Here comes the Kobe show.
So before that, it's gonna be a Nash, D'Antoni, Gasol show. Yeah.
What about your guards? You haven't talked about any guards that you're gonna pick.
Guards. I don't know.
There's just so many. I'll take Derrick Rose actually.
Derrick Rose would be a good pick, even though he's coming off a season layoff. he'd be a good.
He actually
Yeah, but-
might perform because he wants to exert himself more.
And
Probably,
the
probably.
offense will flow through him again.
Yeah,
So his numbers will always go up.
But one guy who's caught my eye in a couple of weeks because I have like 2 fantasy leagues.
What a guy!
Yeah, we have to set up a fantasy league for Overmind, man. I mean, it's
Do you
fun.
think
It's
Ian
crazy
would
fun.
be able to pick players properly?
But
Or X
would, John would.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the only people who would really love an Overmind fantasy league are just 3 right
But what about just because there's so few of us? What do we do a PBA fantasy league?
PBA fantasy.
Is there a PBA
They
fantasy?
tried to come up with something like that a couple of years ago.
I-
I don't know if it's still up.
here. I know there was a
Yeah.
PBA Live 2005.
There's a PBA 2K13.
Oh yeah, you showed me the
These are
PBA
mods,
2K13
yeah.
mod.
2K13, dude. Yeah, but anyway, going back to the guards, one guard who's gotten my attention the past couple of weeks is OJ Mayo. OJ Mayo, he doesn't have any competition in Milwaukee. He's
Really?
in Milwaukee. He's with the Milwaukee Bucks now.
What about that? The Brandon Jennings.
Brandon Jennings got traded to Detroit, man. Detroit is my team. Like Detroit is like my NBA team.
Uh-huh.
For ever since the Bad Boys of '89, they've been my team. Brandon Jennings is with Detroit now. Milwaukee has Brandon Knight.
Brandon.
Oh, they traded for
They
him.
traded the
They
Brandons.
traded Brandon's.
It was. I think Detroit got the best deal out of that.
They got a better deal out of it. But it still remains to be seen. Yeah, but anyway, OG Mayo does not have any competition for shots over in Milwaukee.
He's gonna be the.
He's gonna be the
scorer.
number 1 guy. He performed really well at the start of last season,
Yep.
although he tapered off towards the end in Dallas. That's because Dirk came back.
Dirk is there.
Dirk is there. He wasn't Carter still there as well.
Vince Carter?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure
I'm
how
not
he
sure.
performed.
He's a guy way out of office.
Yeah, he eats up minutes out of Mayo's playing time. I mean, you know.
But in Milwaukee, he's gonna be his own show.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
He'll be on
Milwaukee.
the show.
Are they gonna assign him as the franchise? Not so much.
I don't
It's
know.
still gonna be
He's
Bogut.
going to be the franchise. He's going to be the face of the franchise. They have a good front line and Larry Sanders and John Henson. They have a Greek kid. They drafted a Greek kid with a last name I cannot pronounce for the life of me.
That's with most Greek players.
But yeah, I mean, OJ Mayo is going to be the man in Milwaukee. So yeah, as a guard, he's going to be probably one of my top picks. We also have who else? I mean, you've got of course Chris Paul. Chris Paul is going to be like the number
The
1
usual.
guard who's going to get picked.
Do you think? How about
like
who's the
Ricky
guy in
Rubio.
Golden State?
Golden State.
Curry.
Steph Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry. I think
Steph-
he's also good.
Yeah, he's a great pick actually.
Yeah,
He's
high percentage volume shooter.
3-point shooter,
And, assists.
steals.
Well,
The
I don't think
only
it's still
problem is
consistency.
health.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
And
His ankles are as brittle as like
Nuts.
what? Yeah, nuts, man. I mean,
yeah, he has the ankles of a 70-year-old guy.
That's why I still go for Chris Paul.
Because if you look at Steph Curry, he looks very, very frail. He had this. I think Durant had the same problem as a rookie year. He could easily get pushed off position. You can't really ask him to defend anyone because he's just gonna get stomped.
But now,
Well, yeah,
training,
it's kind of
development.
different between Durant and Steph Curry because Durant plays the forward slot and Durant plays the guard slot. He's the point guard. Point guards, you don't really expect a lot of big point guards, save for like a Derek Fisher or a Rodney Stuckey even. But you don't expect a lot of big guards to be bumping around, especially with the kind of game that Steph
the
Curry
post
has.
up big guards.
Yeah, you don't have like Andre Miller is a post up big guard, Chauncey Billups. Those are your point guards that post up.
Yeah,
but
but-
Steph Curry plays outside.
Yeah, but even if you play outside, guys like who usually volume shoot tend to have sweet spots, and if you're not capable of asserting yourself in your spots, you could find yourself to run around and expend more energy trying to get yourself open.
Well, that's where Steph Curry has a big advantage. His sweet spot is
it's
everywhere
on the court.
Yeah. Anywhere on the court.
Non-discriminate shooter.
Yeah.
I
mean,
think
it probably comes from being a second generation shooter. I mean, his dad was like a shooter. Not one of the best, but like, yeah, I mean.
So at least
made a living out of it. I think.
if he stays healthy, are we gonna see a guaranteed playoff return of Golden State?
Golden State,
They pretty much still complete their lineup, right? They still have
and
Lee.
they upgraded, man. They upgraded. They've got AI. They've got this AI too. They've got
Wow.
Iguodala who's gonna like do anything that everyone else can't do and more.
So wait, the lineup is you have Curry, you have
Klay
AI.
Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
Yeah, Klay
Thompson.
Thompson, AI. So they have Bogut, they have Lee.
Yeah. They're only actually the only problem position that I can see for them is power forward.
Lee is not the complete package, but he's a good role player.
He's a good season.
Type.
Yeah.
He's got a good season last year, barring the injury, but you know.
It actually, Golden State is a very slow lineup from the looks of it. But considering that they probably make most of their points off set plays, I think that's not a bad thing.
I don't think they're gonna rush for the ball or for the fast break.
They're not gonna run it.
Exactly.
Not with those ankles.
None of those angles. True. Exactly. If you've got a Harrison Barnes, you've got
good supporting cast.
who else is on their bench? They've got a couple of guys who are really good off their bench. You've got a Maurice Spates off their bench. Who did pretty well with Cleveland last year. You have a Tony Douglas who's going to be the backup point guard now that Jarrett Jack is now in Cleveland. Who else do you have there? Yeah, they have actually a pretty good lineup. The only knock against the Warriors is that they're pretty young. While they might be able to get into the playoffs as anywhere between the 6th to the 8th seed, I don't think they're gonna get anywhere past the first round this year.
But although,
like, if you get head-to-head with San Antonio.
Antonio or
something, even Dallas.
Or Dallas or Oklahoma, OKC.
I think they can catch an old team napping though, especially if it's a team that's been beat up from the season. So they managed to progress to the second round last year.
Who were they? They were against LA, right?
Yeah. Wait, LA?
Who were they against?
No, they weren't against LA. They were against
Dallas? No, who were they against?
Was it Dallas?
Was it Dallas?
I think it was Dallas.
It might have been Dallas.
They 4-2 Dallas?
Yeah, well, anyway.
Yeah, they 4-2 the team. They 4-2 their first round opponent. Yeah, an older team.
What seed were they last year? 6th? 7th?
Thereabouts.
But yeah, they caught a team, an old team sleeping.
Well, yeah, it was probably.
And I think, but what that did eventually put a mark on Steph Curry's head.
Yeah.
You have to guard this man every game.
Yeah.
Actually, my personal NBA team has always been the Bulls. Ever since '86. Ever since Jordan won the slam dunk competition, I became a Jordan fan. Became a Bulls fan. So they're
Wizards for the win.
Yes,
Washington Wizards.
Washington Wizards. Yeah, there's always been my team, but I usually dabble around with second teams around the NBA.
Like you always have that.
Bulls.
Yeah, you always have
And
that. Your
for
main
me-
team that you cheer for, and then the other team that I like this.
For me, the team my second team I want this year is Minnesota Timberwolves. They have a fairly good lineup. They have Rubio, Love, and there's just something about a small market team that makes them very easy to root for. Minnesota is a hockey town, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that they have a basketball team at all is a bit of a minor miracle. And
The fact that they're on the Western Conference is a miracle. They're on the Eastern side, to cry out loud.
They're in the East. Well, that's like Memphis. Memphis is also in the East.
Oklahoma City is also on the East.
I guess it's just balancing of the teams.
They just have to even out the numbers.
NBA, what the hell are you doing, man?
Your geography was not David Stern's strong suit.
It was marketing. Anyway, David Stern is a different topic altogether.
So anyway, Minnesota.
Yeah, so you're a small town team, and I don't know. A part of me that likes the underdog likes Minnesota.
Because they're dogs.
The dogs, and the wolves, man. And I like the fact that years after losing their best player, Kevin Garnett, they're on the cusp of being a real contender again.
Again, yeah. And how many years? Not, and it's not. It didn't even take a decade or so.
And they've got.
Looking at you, Sacramento.
They've got. Oh, poor Sacramento. But yeah, they've got a good base to build upon in Rubio and Love. And it's also...
And they got good chemistry.
Oh, come on. How can you forget about Pekovic, man? Pekovic!
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, because of his Eastern European face, I tend to... They all look alike to me. Yeah. He's a Montenegrin. Yeah.
Do you still think it's going to be a Miami championship? Miami's gonna take it for the third
God,
time.
I hope not.
We all hope not, but you know.
Yeah, we all hope not, but it's not far from coming true. Not unless like the Chris Paul and Doc Rivers combination in LA works.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yeah, the Miami does not have any really heavy competition in its conference.
Yeah, it's why
That's why it's passing the finals very easy.
the West is the path that will beat Miami.
Yeah.
Depends on who they're gonna face.
And whoever comes out of the West will be beaten up because the competition is so tough.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Which would happen, I guess, with Sacramento.
Yeah.
What Sacramento?
Sacramento. San Antonio.
Come on.
Sacramento. Hello.
Devin Cousins MVP finals.
Cousins, yeah.
Come on, if Cousins has his head on straight, he can do a lot of things, man. He can do a lot of things. And right now they already have who do they have right now? Point guard, they've got
There's a Tariq Evans.
Tariq is
Tariq is now with New Orleans
Pelicans.
Yeah, he's with the Pelicans.
Because nothing says a fierce team than a Pelican.
Not a Pelican.
We'll get your babies to ya. We're the Pelicans.
Well, the Washington Bullets used to be fearsome. Now they're just Wizards.
You know why they changed it, right?
Yeah, murder rate in Washington D.C.
No. Abe Pollin, the owner of the Bullets of the Washington franchise, was a close friend of who was the Israeli prime minister who was assassinated?
Oh, Yitzhak Rabin.
Yitzhak Rabin or Netanyahu?
No, Netanyahu's still alive.
Okay.
Yeah, Netanyahu's the current prime minister.
Yitzhak Rabin.
Yeah.
He was a close friend of Yitzhak Rabin, and because Rabin was assassinated with a bullet.
I don't
changed
want
it
bullets
to-
anymore.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Yasser Arafat.
No.
No.
He wasn't.
Other side.
He's a different guy.
He
Yeah,
died
yeah.
of natural causes.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, that's a little bit of NBA trivia for you. Now, the reason why the New Orleans Hornets changed to the Pelicans, we don't know why, but we kind of all know that the Charlotte Bobcats are going to change their names to the Hornets anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because they really like the name Hornets.
Yeah, they don't like I don't know, Bobcat is ferocious. I kind of like the Bobcats.
Yeah, compared to the Hornet.
Yeah, the Hornet. Maybe they meant the Chinese killer hornets.
We have no idea.
Yeah, we have no idea. Speaking of misnomers in the NBA, I mean, one of the biggest misnomer, the Utah Jazz.
Because it used to be the New Orleans Jazz.
No,
No, why is it Jazz?
New Orleans Jazz.
Seriously,
Yeah.
Jazz? Are you
In
gonna kill
Utah,
them with smoothness?
The squarest, whitest state has jazz.
We're gonna kill them with killer beats, with melodies and harmony.
Look at the logo. The Utah Jazz have a mountain. What does that have to do with? No, it's a flip.
But yeah, Utah Jazz. I mean, I really didn't get it when I was a kid. During the Malone versus that era. Why should we fear the Jazz?
Well,
Because they're too cool.
Well, what about LA? Have you seen many lakes in LA?
Because they used to be the Minneapolis.
Minneapolis Lakers.
Or
But speaking of misnomers, what about teams in their current cities? How about the Toronto Raptors for crying out loud?
did they actually find Raptors in Toronto?
Although I think it's fair enough because
Is the
North
raptor
American.
the national animal or the state animal? Of
Well, but
it's
I
a
know.
fierce animal. It's like Detroit Tigers. There are tigers in Detroit, but tigers are like the Raptors are all-purpose
Or
fearful
like,
animal.
let's go to NFL, the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah.
There are no Bengals.
There are no tigers in Cincinnati. Yeah.
Let alone a Bengal tiger.
Yeah. So
Maybe they have one in their zoo.
or maybe by Bengals they meant Indians. The Cincinnati Indians. Their mascot is Curry.
But we already have the Redskins.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah.
that's a
They-
hockey
they-
team, right?
No, that's a football team.
It's a football team.
And they're thinking of changing the name for politically correct reasons.
Oh,
It's
wow.
really
Really?
sad, yeah.
So what are they gonna be now? The Washington
They haven't decided yet.
politically correct people?
Or
The Washington Congressman. Oh, everybody hear us.
We are gonna shut you down.
The Washington presidents. Drones for everyone.
Or the Washington drones.
The Washington drones.
Just don't name it the Washington Senate. Why? Not gonna do a thing.
But it's weird. The Washington Redskins or Congress or whatever you will call them, they're from Washington D.C., right?
Yeah.
They're not from the Washington State.
Not from
Washington
Washington State. Yeah.
It's same goes with Washington Wizards.
Yep.
The thing is, Washington D.C. does not belong to any state.
It's a district of its own, the District of Columbia. So it's named after a city. I think in the NBA, the convention is the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, in most franchise teams, the convention is the city, not the state.
Because it's the city that...
Because it was not the Washington Supersonics.
Yeah.
It was Seattle
Seattle
Supersonics.
Yeah, true.
And that's why he had to put in Oklahoma City with
Not Oklahoma State.
not Oklahoma State Thunder.
Then again, it's Detroit, yeah.
Although
The Detroit Pistons actually is appropriate because they used to be a motor.
But they're not in Detroit. They're in Auburn City.
Auburn Hills, right?
Auburn Hills. Yeah, sorry, Auburn Hills.
They call themselves Detroit.
but they play in the Palace of Auburn Hills.
Like, no, it's like the LA Lakers used to play in Inglewood.
Central LA.
Yeah.
Inglewood, South Central LA.
Yeah, but it's not in the LA proper. I think isn't Auburn Hills also like a suburb of Detroit?
Yeah, I think it's a suburb, like a neighborhood. If I'm not mistaken.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm not sure though. Although when it comes to naming conventions, one thing that always baffles me is New York Knicks. Is it really short for Knickerbocker?
It is.
Yes,
They
Knickerbocker.
used to call the Knickerbockers, yeah.
So their team
Named after underwear.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, you used to have like the Minneapolis Lakers. I mean,
The Knickerbocker.
Yeah, you don't need the ferocity and fierceness.
Yeah.
they just needed. I don't know anything about the history of
Like
New
the
York.
76ers.
But probably 76ers because of 1776.
Yes,
It was
1776.
Philadelphia 1776.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a patriotic name.
Yeah.
Why not name it the Confederates?
Or the what would you call New York?
Immigrants?
Apples.
I don't know.
New York
Probably it was because like I said, I don't know anything about the history of New York. Probably Knickerbockers were popular in New York.
Or it was one of the industries.
Yeah,
they export-
maybe.
export-
The WNBA team is the Liberty.
Liberty. They're
Which makes sense.
Which makes sense. Yeah. Although if they were to partner with their men's team, what would they do?
Heyo!
The New York.
Wait, what are Knickerbockers? Aren't they shoes? No.
No, there's
No, remember, Knickers underwear.
knickers are underwear, so I think it's boxers.
New York
Okay,
underwear.
okay.
That's why how threatening it is to face a team.
New York lingerie.
New York lingerie.
The New York lingerie. That's part of the arena football league
To be
team.
a little more, what do you call this? A little more
PG?
Yeah, no. New York. How would you like the New York negligees?
The New York camisoles.
So Ian, why aren't you into sports?
He's
Something
into
else.
sports.
Just not basketball.
He's a jock, man. He's a jock.
What sport did you play? I've known you for years. I never know what sport you play.
Football.
What do you like? Do you follow the Premiership or?
I used to, now...
I have his Arsenal shirt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have the Arsenal shirt.
Yeah.
Because I used to follow football as well, not NFL, but real football, the real one. Yeah, man. So Tottenham Hotspurs. But I now don't keep track of it as much because I've said earlier in our conversation during dinner, I don't want my photography to have a mistress. I'm gonna use that line now every time I can describe.
I've been a Liverpool fan for quite a while now.
Because you'll never walk alone.
You never walk alone, and you get good in red. Actually, I just really like the history of Liverpool. That's why I chose to follow Liverpool over Manchester United. United. Everybody follows United. Kind of bored with it.
Hipster.
Yeah, it's kind of hip. No. The hipster team is something like Watford or
Like, I forgot. I mean, one of the things that Jao told me was his favorite team was Wolverhampton.
Wolverhampton.
Why? Doritos as a sponsor.
Yes.
That's it. If you're sponsored by Doritos, I'm gonna support that team.
Well, Liverpool used to be sponsored by Carlsberg.
Yeah.
Heyo!
Hey.
And Everton was by Chang Beer.
Chang Beer, yes. Yeah, the Merseyside teams have always had good sponsors.
JJ is also into football. Yeah, he even plays basketball as if he was playing football.
That little feint.
You know, the defense that he's got over there is the football kind of defense. It's actually rougher. The defense in football is actually rougher than the basketball defense.
I don't know. I think it's different. There's a very big difference, I think, from playing and then following something. I think there's a big difference.
Yeah,
Of course. But I tend to see people who also follow and
Play.
those who follow used to play. Or when they were already playing, that's when they started following.
Yeah, especially in the Philippines, because football is not the huge cultural phenomenon here.
Not in the north.
Yeah,
In the
yes.
south.
In the south.
In the south, it
Well,
is.
in
It
some
is a huge cultural phenomenon.
Here in Manila, pretty much in high school, and
yeah,
sometimes it
you
stops there.
had to play it to be exposed to.
Yeah, but unlike in the south, where really it's a sport regularly
Yeah.
played.
Yeah.
Nothing more to add to that.
Well,
But it
by
is what
south
it
we
is.
mean the Visayas.
No, not Alabang South, the real South.
Yeah.
Cebu, Queen City South.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, Visayas, Mindanao,
Yeah.
you've got football there.
Oh yeah.
The army is actually the Marines are actually using football for peace in Mindanao. Yeah, I don't know if it worked in Zamboanga. Probably did.
They probably should have used basketball.
No, but
I
in
don't-
Latin American
I don't
countries,
know.
it's for war.
But yeah, like following and playing are two different things. Like yeah,
Nothing bad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you play, of course, you enjoy the game for the game's sake. But when you follow, it's often you're back in exclusivity. You're part of something big. You're part of something bigger than yourself. You're part of a family. I think that's very, very true with the large football clubs. I think it's very true in England. It's very true in Europe, where you have fanatical loyalty to
Yes.
small town teams.
And not just that, the sense of attachment to your hometown.
Yeah.
That this is the place where you came from. Like when me and my high school friends go to sports bar here to watch football games, most of the time it's not Filipinos who are cheering, but foreigners.
Yeah.
You see foreigners cheering for their teams, even if they're here in the Philippines. They're cheering for, say, Arsenal. Because that's where they came from. They came
Arsenal. That's not their hometown.
No.
That's a town. That's
a team. Yeah, it's in London.
If they start cheering for Oldham or Northampton or Preston
some of them-
West End,
some of them-
Preston North End.
Yeah, some of them, like some Tottenham fans we went to came from West London. So I not just
Chelsea.
London. Yeah, something like
Chelsea's
that.
a big
Blackburn.
team. Blackburn.
Yeah, but they're the small towns. I haven't met a football fan here who came from a small town, actually. Like from Ipswich or
Ipswich Town. Yeah, the Tractor Boys.
Swindon or something.
Yeah, but we don't have that.
You don't have that culture. Because,
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Here in Manila, at least, the
They tried to
efforts
do
of
it with basketball. They tried to work with the NBA.
the Metropolitan
The
Basketball
NBA, yeah.
Association.
I mean, the UFL is a good start.
Yeah.
They have a professional
But,
football league.
Yeah, but it's a club allegiance rather than
Yeah,
actual
it's-
place.
But
It's not
that's the
attached
thing. In European football, it's also a club affiliation.
But it's
if
tied
you-
down to a place, right?
If you look at it,
It depends.
the
on the size.
FC Barcelona does not only have a football club,
Yeah.
but they also have a basketball club in the Euro
Yeah.
leagues.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's a club affiliation. You affiliate
but
yourself with a club.
it's a club affiliation, but
It's
attached
tied to a city.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have like a sports club of Manila, say for example, you basically you get the team from the UFL, you tie it with one of the defunct teams from the NBA,
The Metro
and then
Star.
you make it
The Manila
you make
Metro
it the Manila Metro Star Football Club or the Manila
MMFC.
yeah, diba? Or something like that.
Actually,
that could happen.
that wouldn't be an FC. That would be AC, an athletic club.
Athletic club.
Yeah, that would be
For me, that could be a possibility in how they could take it further to expand fan base. have that sense of attachment,
Exactly.
which is
Which is actually something that Filipinos
really
like.
Yeah. I was talking about this.
The PBA was in the corporate attachments, right? The employees got really rabid, but the fever caught fire. Like with Ginebra, the Barangay Ginebra.
Barangay Nebra, it started
And
with
it's actually,
employees.
it's actually something that the PBA is banking on right now. They're calling because of Barangay Ginebra's success, they now have Petroniverse. They now have
That's with Rain or Shine.
the Rain. They have different monikers.
Yeah, they have
now.
different monikers for different teams.
Yeah, different
like,
teams that are making
talk
them
and text
into a group.
teams. Yeah.
The Tropang
Tropang
text.
text. The ROS something.
They have an R.
The Rain Ocean.
Because that's my mother's team. Rain or Shine. For some weird reason, she likes
They have a group. It's all about grouping everyone.
It's not about grouping.
So
Yeah,
it's
Especially the group identity.
having an
Exclusivity.
Yeah, having an athletic
Exclusivity.
club, having a group that you can be a part of. That's it.
Yeah, but the approach of the PBA for me was genius. That because these companies have a lot of employees, you have an automatic fan base, and of course, the families of these employees will also cheer because
And the fans of the
yeah,
products.
the fans of the products will also cheer. So it was a good approach in marketing it, which I think probably the UFL can utilize, or they could go the different route of saying, okay, Global FC, you're going to be assigned to Alabang, or like who's the one who always trains in
Fort?
the Fort Socceroo, you're going to be assigned to the Fort, like that.
Shout
Pateros.
out to Socceroo, the Reyes
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah, there is
Yeah,
brothers.
that's why special shout out to Socceroos. What else? Like something like that is what. But I like what really the UFL is doing. Inch by inch, it's getting there.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there eventually.
I mean, I'm sure that in 1975, well, although the PBA inherited the Mikaa League, the PBA didn't really start out that big. You know,
Eventually, you really have
you
to
only
inch it.
need like a couple of
They were college.
superstars.
Your college teams. That's what the dominant one.
Yeah, they were like the PBL.
Who's outside?
Probably somebody wants to go in.
Here in this garage? On the other side?
The other side.
Oh, it's okay. Ambient sound is always a character of this.
No, I mean your car is blocking.
I don't have a car.
Whose car is
Whose
that?
car is that?
Not
It's
mine.
probably from one of these guys.
Okay. So
Probably okay.
we're
We're good.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna hear horns sounding.
How much time is
We're probably gonna record them to 1 hour and 30. It's gonna be trimmed to 120. And you know the signature of the show. We end it abruptly. We find a weird segment ending. Well, it's not gonna be comedy anymore if I reveal the ending. Spoiler alert.
twist?
The Lannisters send their regards.
JJ, any more words for us tonight?
Looking forward to Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, next year. Huh? The next
Yeah,
Next year.
I think it's gonna be instead of May. I think it's gonna be Feb this time. I think it's going to be.
Yeah, they're itching to show off their dragons.
But I read somewhere that season 4 is going to be totally different from the book.
Yeah.
Well, it
Better be.
better. The books
It
were
better
lousy.
be. Yeah, it better
They're
be.
going to deviate very far from the book.
I really hope so because the book sucked.
Yeah, I
At this point,
yeah. I'm into spoilers, but I don't care about spoilers.
It depends. Let's not spoil the latest season.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
We can spoil season 1.
Yeah, but anyway, I read the what supposedly happens in the books, and I kind of don't want what happens in the books to happen in the TV show, right? Because I kind of like some of the things that happen in TV shows, and I kind of like
And
what
how the
happened-
direction that it's
the direction
taking.
that it's
That's why I was a bit disappointed with the Red Wedding.
Oh,
Yeah.
why?
Because
it was
hopeless.
Oh.
What they showed was hopeless.
And I
in the
think,
book or in the.
In the series, at least.
and I think
Well, it was pretty hopeless in the book.
I mean, I'm talking about the book. It did not have to be that way. In my opinion,
You love a happy ending.
no, it's not.
No,
It's
it's
not
not.
a
You
happy
would've
ending. It was
wanted,
a
like,
pointless development.
Say that
Yeah.
we share the same opinion.
And not only was it a pointless development, it robbed the book of a
pun
necessary.
intended, Rob.
It robbed the book of
Ew.
a necessary counterpoint or a necessary character to act as a foil to the Lannisters. So after that, what was left? It carried on into a joke.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The series isn't finished, So
Did you hear what? Did you hear what's gonna happen in the next book? He's gonna jump several decades. I
Yeah,
think.
he's gonna jump several decades.
yeah, but
Which is
I heard a lot of things from Martin, and most of it.
Whoa, you spoke to Martin himself.
No, George R. Martin. Well,
yeah, George R. R. Martin,
Let's call him
Martin,
George.
because our listeners know certain Martin, not that Martin.
But most of the things that gets released, like gossips, they like even with before the Dance of Dragons came out, right? That was a big issue, right? Because it took so long to come out. Even the Feast for Crows took so long to come out, and there were a lot of stories about what it would be about, and it was most of them were true. He kept changing stuff a lot while he was doing it. Because I've been with, the whole series.
Even before.
Yeah, even before. I was still in college, man, when I started reading the series. And everybody's just finding about it now. Like,
because of the series. Because of the TV show.
Yeah. Even the readers. 8 years after.
Yeah.
Imagine that. I was 20 years old when I started reading George R. R. Martin. It just got released. Right? And now I'm 32.
Not afraid to say.
So, all these people who just got in,
and they say, it's taking a long
they
time
don't
to
know
release.
the gaps between the books.
8-year wait.
The gossips.
And you're looking at a guy who's what, 65?
Yeah, I know. He's really,
and
he looks 70 actually.
Yeah, and it looks like he's not eating well or taking care of himself.
Yeah,
so you wonder, will he even finish this book? He's gonna go all Robert Jordan on it.
But you know what? He apparently already told HBO, the HBO
Dan and Dave,
what's gonna happen.
Already told Dan and Dave
but
how
most
it's
likely
gonna end.
he gave them broad strokes.
Yeah, I think the fact that his book became a series affected
The
way he would finish it.
Yeah, the way he would finish
that's
the
true.
books. Yeah, which is a bad thing for me because it was so new for me. I was always a big fan of fantasy, and how Martin dealt with fantasy was a very new thing. It was, and it was, if you're used to the usual fantasy,
Where it was
you will get disappointed a lot of times. With how Martin writes his stories. But the thing is, I think he has a bigger arc in mind. Originally, I don't know now anymore because of the series, right?
Because it disrupted his workflow.
Yeah. But I think he originally had a bigger arc in mind and a bigger, because in the book he talks about a lot of magic, but you don't see it. Nobody knows about the. Remember the tree, the weirwoods, and
the ancient religion.
Yeah, the ancient religion. In the book, it gets revealed a little bit, but in the series, nobody
it was just
talks about it.
Yeah, and
it was just mentioned in passing in season 1. That's it.
Yeah, exactly, and
It was?
Yeah.
in passing.
Passing, not even an exposition to it.
Yeah.
It's just showed that they were praying the tree.
Yeah, and they're like elves or something, right? They're like little people. I don't know.
And that's
it. That's the impression I got from,
And
And
the White Walkers.
yeah, exactly. So
you showed it in the first
I think he
season.
had a bigger arc in mind. That's why he keeps killing off characters. Important, like Ned Stark. Come on, you don't.
No, I
kill
mean
them.
for me it was
I
essential.
mean, in a normal fantasy book, you do not kill somebody like Ned Stark. The first guy to do that was, in my recollection, and with regard to the books I read, was Herbert when he killed off Atreides. That was the first time you ever saw something like that happening. That a good guy, noble, etc., dies in the first book. Right, the same thing.
But look what happened with Dude after the first book.
It got weird. I agree with that. Yeah, it got weird. I agree with that. But that didn't happen with
actually, I think
Ice and Fire.
Ice and Fire started going down only after the third book.
The third book was
Clash of
Sea of
Storm of Swords.
Storm of Swords.
Yeah.
I think it started going down with Feast for Crows when he started, separating the timelines.
Yeah.
Because that's what he did with Feast for Crows.
From what I read somewhere that Sea of Swords and Feast for Crows were actually one book.
No. It's
It was supposed to be, but he split it up.
No.
But they're
No,
parallel
they're not.
timelines, right?
They're not. No. Storm of Swords is really in its own timeline. Feast for Crows and Dance.
Dragons.
Yeah.
They're the ones who
they're the ones who
right.
are supposed to be one book.
One
but
book,
it was
yeah.
too long,
So
so
he
he
cut
split up the characters.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he did.
So Peter Jackson wasn't the first guy who split up a book into several books.
Well,
Into several
Tolkien did it
parts.
too. Tolkien did it too.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings was really one long book.
Yeah.
His publisher told him, you have to split it up. It's too long, so he split it up.
That's what he did. Yeah.
So, it was supposed to be...
No, the Hobbit actually I think is the proper way of doing
The movies,
fantasy. Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
pack in all of that information.
and the Hobbit.
Tolkien.
When
Even
you,
the songs.
when you look at the book, it's actually shorter than
Then
the Fellowship, and the Fellowship is just
One movie.
One movie, yeah, and the Hobbit is. So
The first movie was 100 pages only.
Fellowship is one of the thinner books, actually.
No, it's pretty practical. I think Return of the King is the thinnest book of all three.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fellowship and Two Towers are basically the same
Yeah.
size, if I remember it correctly. I don't know.
The Fellowship was padded by the appendices.
Yeah.
The
maps.
the King was
Yeah,
padded by
Return of the King was part of
The maps and the family trees.
Yeah, but again, like going back to Martin, I think he had a bigger arc in mind. That's why he killed off a lot of, like this Robb Stark and
Spoiler.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. You can't spoil the book. That's that.
I mean, not all of the people who are listening to the podcast have read all of the books.
But I'm sure
Probably-
they've seen the series by now.
No, you'd be
Not all of
surprised.
them probably have
You'd
even
be
seen the
surprised.
series, but anyway, yeah.
You'd be surprised because there are some people who don't want to hear spoilers even if they're not reading it in the hopes that, you know what, in the future I'm going to watch this anyway.
Yeah.
I've heard people who do that. Like, I've heard people who, hey, don't talk anything Veronica Mars on me. Like, Veronica Mars is a decade ago.
But they're coming up with a movie.
There you go.
Yeah, Kickstarter.
Kickstarter made it possible. So, I don't know. Some people
Yeah,
really don't
maybe
like
there
the
was
first
a
spoiler.
spoiler, yeah.
So, let's air.
I'm sorry. But yeah, he does die.
Well, might as well.
Might as well.
Well, because the Lannister sent the regards.
Since that's there, I mean,
He does
some
die.
people do say that that the killing off of all of these
Important characters.
No, okay, I have to.
It's
focus.
actually a very
I have
good
to
development.
focus.
Okay, to
Yeah.
read your point. I
It's
just
a-
put a spoiler tag
Yeah,
on.
it's a if you juxtapose it with the flourishing of the lions and the killing off of the wolves, it's
Yeah.
sort of like a sentiment on what the society is right now. I mean, all of those who take opportunistic,
Wow.
all of those who are opportunistic
Ah.
move forward. All of those who are noble and do it the right way.
Yeah, but you
Regards
see, with Ice and Fire, there's the dragon.
There you go. There's a third place.
There's the dragon.
There's a third place.
And
These are the ones who used to reign and are coming.
oh, another disappointment with regard to the series, no, the Martells.
I'm not disappointed with them. Wait, what?
No, I'm disappointed because of the exclusion right now. Because I don't know how they did. I don't know how they did the timelines.
Sina
Renly, Marjorie.
No.
Renly is
No.
Marjorie.
The Martells are
The Martells are
the
from
gay
the
knight.
south.
Yes.
Marjorie?
No.
Marjorie is
There's
Tully.
no Martell in the series yet.
I think they're coming up with a
Which is
fourth.
pretty. I don't know.
Wait, Martell is the one
No,
from
the
desert?
Dorne. The people from Dorne.
Yeah.
The only people who never got conquered by the Targaryens.
Yeah.
They haven't appeared yet in the series, which is interesting because the storyline is already on the third book, right?
Yeah.
And the Martells appear in the second. So I don't know. It's
Yeah, I think they're already casted for Martells.
Yeah,
For this,
they've cast
but that's
They're probably gonna do a lot of
because they're so
flashbacks.
cool. I'm just saying they're cool,
Yeah.
and the fact that they're not there yet.
Watch
I don't
out
know,
when
it's-
they
it's-
appear.
I think that they cast like a really cool guy for the
The Martells.
one of the Martells.
because they're really cool.
I think they're probably gonna do a lot of flashbacks and all that.
But I think it's a good. I agree with John. The first time The first time I was reading the book, when Ned Stark died, I was so disappointed. And then, he kept killing off people that I liked, But when I started reading other modern because it's a modern style of writing fantasy, and when I started reading Stephen Erickson, and I understood they're really the brand of heroism now. Modern fantasy is very different from the brand of heroism from
classics,
where people live for now it's different.
They live to see
the fantasy
actions.
now is very nihilist.
No, I wouldn't say. Maybe
It's more
Nordic. I don't know, but not
No,
nihilist.
it's not even Nordic. The Nordics were noble, even if they were tragic.
Yeah, but they're noble. And
Martin,
they're
there's
tragic.
nothing noble about. It's just farce now.
That's how I see it. For me, the biggest weakness was you could kill off anyone, even the main characters, but you need to show a glimmer of hope.
Wait, where's the nobility in the character, in the writer? I'm
No,
confused.
I'm talking about the Nordics. So when you talk about the Nordic fantasy or the Nordic mythology, everything is hopeless. Yes, the villain is going to win in the end. But at the same time, it's expressed also in Lord of the Rings. If you want Nordic, you will read Lord of the Rings. Kasi we will make such an end that people will sing about it. That is Nordic.
Yeah.
What is not Nordic is, let's get married. Lannister send their regards. That is not Nordic.
But that's the thing.
They
the thing
sang
is,
about the
you don't know
tragedy.
the end yet.
Yeah,
You don't know the end
Because
yet.
the book
So
hasn't
how can you
ended
say
yet.
it's not
and
Nordic?
that's for
No, because the flavor is not Nordic.
But that's the thing. You don't know the end yet. If you're
No, even if the end suddenly becomes noble, it does not change the fact that during this stretch here, it was nihilist. What will it will say? What will it
how
show?
is
and
it
so on.
nihilist? I'm so interested.
yeah, how
in
can
that.
you say
How is it
how-
nihilist?
What is the point of all of it?
Of what?
Of all of the lives that
Yeah,
spring up.
I always
Well,
got
one,
the impression,
Yeah.
reading through the books,
they're all pawns.
that everybody, that Martin was writing off characters left and right, mainly because he can.
Yeah.
It becomes pointless despair porn.
Well, I sort of disagree with that because, when I looked at the book, when I was reading the book, I did not think about the author's intentions, whatever his intentions may be. I did not think about that, and I don't think anybody should think about that because whatever he does, right? But the story fits. The story fits. It's not that he's writing them off. There is no hand of God in the story. There's no Deus Ex Machina, whatever, right?
Well,
I mean, it fits.
Dragons.
Well, dragons are... Even the way he develops dragons. Come on. They've been there for a while. They got lost and now they're there again.
What?
The dragons.
I'm a
But
series
the-
watcher, not a.
Remember
the book.
the
It's the same.
dragons. What are the dragons here? Dragons are his MacGuffin.
Yeah, the
dragons
dragons
are his
is the-
nuclear button.
Yeah.
I
The
agree
nuclear
with that.
weapon.
It's a nuclear button. Yeah, I agree with that.
Like when
Right?
when the people of the north, what do you call that?
Yeah.
White walkers.
Yeah, but
come
you
down.
see-
It's the dragons are gonna face them. You know that from the get go.
Well, I don't know that. Again.
No,
I
I mean,
thought it was
It's
a
not yet
spiritual-
done.
No,
it's not
I'm
yet
pretty
done.
sure that's what's gonna happen.
That's the thing. There's another element which was never discussed in the series. Again, the old magic. It's never discussed in the series. And if you're basing it on the series, then you're not seeing the entire picture. Because the dragons, given the old magic, because the White Walkers, you don't even know why they're there.
Yeah.
In the first place.
Yeah,
So there's a
it's
lot
just
of
like-
unanswered questions. That's the skill, I think, of Martin. A lot of unanswered questions keeps you reading. All these things. The books that he keeps producing. Now, I disagree that the Red Wedding was a nihilist thing. He wasn't... First of all, you don't know that he was just writing off characters because he
Here's
can.
the thing: what we have to
What?
separate. You have to separate the book and the series.
Yes, of
You have
course.
to look at
yeah.
it in a different way. You don't have to mix it.
Yes.
Which is very hard for my sister, who is the book reader first before watching the series.
Okay.
Because when we talk, always tell her,
refer to the
forget,
series.
refer to the series because that's what people know. That's what we're
Yes.
talking about. That's what I already,
Now,
I only know.
what I'm saying
Na-
here is, if you're gonna criticize Martin, you do not criticize him because of the series. You criticize him because of the book.
I'm not criticizing him
Right?
because of the series. I'm criticizing him because of the book.
I agree. This guy is probably on a different track.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you, right?
I'm
That's why I'm
totally different because I'm only on the series.
Now I'm saying,
I'm only on
what
the
I'm
series.
saying is, you know, the Red Wedding, fine, he might be doing that just for the heck of it.
But you don't
But
know.
I don't feel it because it seems like he has a bigger arc. It seems like, I don't know.
At least
He
for
needed-
the book.
I don't know.
He needed to take care of that
yeah.
small bubble.
For
He
me,
needed to take
at least for
yeah,
the book.
he needed to take out Rob Stark to let something else happen.
Spoiler alert. But if you,
Yeah.
here's the thing. For the book, it probably works that way. It's probably
Yeah.
amazing, and that's why you find it really good. But for the series, I find it really bleak. I find it useless. That I find it. Why would I attach myself to the series?
Again, you're in the middle of the story. You do not find
that's the
something
point.
useless in the middle.
That's the
Yeah,
point.
What?
I find it. There's nothing anymore.
Because I mean, you root all throughout the first season. You root for someone like Ned Stark. He's the most noble of all characters.
Well, boo
Wait,
you know? That's life.
Listen to me. Hear me out. He kills him off. Second season. You start developing a sympathy
Yes,
towards Ned
yeah.
Stark. I'm sorry, towards
The Stark family.
And then he kills him off. I had the same exact discussion 8 years ago. Okay,
Don't
can
you
you guys?
don't you see how bad that is as a story writing?
I saw it 8 years ago,
In terms-
and now
No.
on afterthought.
No.
All I'm saying is,
No, Ian.
on afterthought, dude. I went through the exact same things you went through 8 years ago.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
yeah.
No,
And
Ian.
now I'm saying it seems like he has a bigger arc.
I'm not.
Which
I'm
doesn't-
Because I read a lot more books.
And there you go.
Yeah.
The series doesn't show it.
Yes, I'm not going against
Because
you.
it's not yet done. I mean, it's like stopping The Godfather in the middle of the movie. Oh my God, it's bleak. Sonny dies.
I'm not
You know,
going
but you
against-
don't.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
That's why spoiler alert.
Yeah.
But
I'm not
Yeah,
going
Sunny
against
dies.
what you're. I'm not going against what you're because I'm all for you. I'm not.
yeah. For me, yes, you
Yeah.
had that same pain 8 years ago.
But it just seems that with the way that these television guys are adapting the book
With
the
Martin's
books-
approval, mind you.
Yes.
Yeah, the way that they're adapting these books. It seems that they're not really showing that much of hope. But actually, they are showing a little bit of hope in the changes that they're making. Because they have made some changes that are...
I see.
Remember,
that are different
I
in the
see.
book.
Okay.
I mean, you have the whole whole other. It's not in the start line. In the other line, you have this whole like.
But you see, you have redemption in the book.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
even in the
Jamie
series.
Lannister, right?
Oh yes.
Come on.
Even in the book, and even in the series, you have
You
some-
question-
You haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah,
if you're
I mean-
just going by the series,
Yeah.
if you read the
I'm-
books,
I'm-
you
I'm-
will
Again,
see a lot
exactly.
of-
That's why I
Yeah.
don't like it when people combine the books and the series.
My girlfriend and
So
I.
what are we talking about?
Yeah,
Should
my
be.
girlfriend and I. are
Let's go with
only
series
by the-
for now.
Yeah,
For
because
this, for the sake of this
that's
argument.
Okay, all I can say about the series is this, okay? Nothing has really happened yet. He's just setting the tone for something
for
else.
what he's gonna do.
So
And
it's,
for me,
it's you do not look, man. This whole lack of hope thing, I don't understand it at all. It's probably because you interpret the series as a single, I don't know, like it's the end or something. I really, it confuses me.
The point
a
is,
lot.
you don't have anything you would attach yourself to ride it the entire way. Like, that's what I look
You have to
always for
shift your-
in a series. If you're gonna wait it for the long haul, 10
that's why
years.
it's bad storytelling because
Well,
you're making
yeah.
me sympathize.
Going
with
back
this
to
guy.
the recently
and then
co-
you're gonna take away my reason for reading your book.
Yeah.
Or for following your story.
People got hooked into Breaking Bad because of Walter White. Because they were attached to
like for example,
him.
myself.
So
I
it's a
have-
question about storytelling.
Yes.
For television.
Okay, for television. Okay, we're talking about the series.
Yeah, that's why I'm just saying it's series, not the book. Because the book, it probably had some expositions, as you're saying. The Martells, they haven't appeared yet.
You
what
know,
they're gonna do.
all I'm gonna say is this: the fact that you guys hate it so much, I mean, it sort of means to me that that's pretty good storytelling. The fact that it incites a lot.
because it's discontent.
Yeah,
because
you hate it.
No, it's not.
You know, it's bad storytelling. You wouldn't care.
It's not beautiful hate.
No.
It's discontent.
It's discontent.
You want to rebel against it.
No, it does not make me want to tune in to see if somebody gets his comeuppance.
Okay,
It makes me want to drop
so let me
out.
ask this
Yes.
question. You're discontented with the series.
No.
Okay, we'll stick with the series, with the TV series, right? Will you watch the next season?
No, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
Not
let
as
me make
finish
this
Breaking
clear.
Bad.
It's okay.
Let me
Yeah,
make
like
this clear.
if
So
I
you're
miss
not-
it, if I miss it, I'm okay.
Okay.
Not
because-
like
yeah,
before
I mean,
that I
let
was
me make
like
this clear.
I'm calling you guys.
Let me
Okay,
make this clear.
so-
I don't hate the series. I'm
Yeah.
not discontented with the series either. Okay, I still have someone that I personally. I'm a guy who latches on to a character that I'm interested in. In the first season, I latched on to a lot of characters.
Most of them are gone now.
Most of them are gone now, so I'm limited. So I had Ned Stark. I had.
Everyone's rooting for Ned.
I mean, knowing that Sean Bean was gonna act as Ned Stark,
He's gonna die.
you already know that he's gonna die.
Yeah,
But it was the manner of how he was off.
Yeah, so that's one. Basically the whole Stark.
Stark family.
clan.
Okay.
I hated Jaime Lannister. I liked Tyrion Lannister.
Cersei.
Yeah.
And,
I was kind of iffy about Daenerys, but now I'm rooting for both Tyrion and Daenerys. So basically, it's still there.
You still have characters you can latch on.
There are still characters that you can latch on, which I think is a success for the series because they give you all of these characters. Okay, whose side are you on?
Yeah, that's actually the appeal of the book then, because George R. R. Martin is really interestingly enough, he's a TV series writer.
That's why the book
Right.
should be treated differently.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We're
that's
seeing
no, I'm
things
saying
in the book that
he's
we're
a
not
TV
seeing in the
series writer before he was a novelist. So, with regard to the TV series, now if it doesn't make you want to watch the next season, that's sad. That's sad.
No,
I
it's
can't
not.
s-
I'm okay. I'm gonna live my life
Yeah,
properly.
no. I mean, it's sad.
Because
Not
you're not
for you.
Because I'm gonna miss out. I'm not
for
gonna
you.
experience.
No,
it.
I mean that it's sad for whoever produces the series because you're not gonna watch it, right? It's sad for them, right? But I don't know. Me personally, the series is fine. I think it's because I got used to that form of storytelling already. I think it's something new. That's why a lot of people are, what is happening and stuff. But maybe it is then a wrong thing to sort of integrate the book and the series because that's what I did basically
Yes.
with.
For me, it should.
Yeah. Maybe I should have just watched the series or just read the book or I don't know.
or you
right?
use
But
it
I
in
did
your
both.
Yeah.
I did both, right? And how the series is going, it actually makes me want to watch the next season. But if it doesn't make you want to watch the next season, then like I said, that's bad for the producers. But I don't know. I think they're on the right track because I see the appeal. I see the appeal in that. Like again, I said, Steven Erikson does the exact same thing, and he goes for the 10 books. He writes 10 books in the same amount of time that
Because you could.
Martin
Put
writes
so,
4.
yeah, you could put so much information in a book, not in a TV series.
Yeah, I agree.
Limited to 40 minutes.
But he does the exact same
exact
thing,
same
and he kills a lot of characters you love. But you see at the end, like I said, the story isn't over. So it's hard to judge a story when the story isn't over.
Yeah.
In the same way that a person listens to a